A single hug, 3 seconds long, can make a woman think about you for 3 entire days. And no, that is not an exaggeration. That is neuroscience. But here is the part that should genuinely concern you. Most men are hugging women in a way that actually kills attraction on contact. She pulls away, and something inside her quietly files you under friend permanently, and you never even knew the audition was happening. Here is something I probably should not be telling you, but I am going to say it anyway because, honestly, somebody needs to. Women decide how they feel about you physically within the first few seconds of a hug. Not during the long conversations, not during the expensive dinner, during the hug, that mundane, overlooked, "Hey, good to see you," hug that you probably put zero thought into the last time you greeted a woman. A study published in the journal Comprehensive Psychology found that a hug lasting at least 20 seconds triggers a significant release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone in both people involved. Dr. Paul Zak, a neuroeconomist sometimes called Dr. Love, has spent years studying this exact mechanism, and his research confirms that physical touch, specifically embracing, can increase trust between two people by up to 50%. 50% from a hug, not from your resume, not from your car, a hug. And yet, and I say this with love, most men treat hugging a woman the way they treat parallel parking: rushed, awkward, slightly panicked, and over as fast as humanly possible. Or worse, they go the other direction and hold on like they are trying to win a wrestling match nobody signed up for. I am about to hand you 4 rules that most women will never verbalize out loud. These are the unspoken codes running in the background of every woman's mind when a man puts his arms around her. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why some men make women melt with a simple embrace, while others make them stiffen up like a plank of wood. But I need to warn you about something before we get into rule number 1. Rule number 3 is the one that changes everything. It is the one thing almost no man does, and when you hear it, you are going to realize exactly why certain hugs you have given in the past fell completely flat. So make sure you stay for that one. It might genuinely change the way women respond to you. Let us start. Most men think the hug starts when their arms wrap around a woman. Wrong. The hug starts the moment she sees you coming toward her, and this is where attraction is either built or buried. Think about it from her perspective for a second. A man is walking toward her. His shoulders are slumped forward. His eyes are darting around nervously. He does that weird little half-jog thing because he is not sure if she is going for a hug or a handshake. Then he opens his arms at the last second with all the confidence of someone trying to return a shirt without a receipt. What do you think her body registers in that moment? Safety? Warmth? Attraction? Absolutely not. Her nervous system reads hesitation, and hesitation is the silent killer of attraction. Now contrast that with a man who sees her, holds eye contact with a soft, warm expression, not a stare, not a glare, a genuine look of, "I am glad you are here," and walks toward her with steady, unhurried energy. His arms open naturally, not too early, not too late. There is no question about what is about to happen. He has already decided. And that certainty, that is what makes her stomach flip before he even touches her. Dr. Albert Mehrabian's famous communication study showed that 55% of emotional communication is conveyed through body language, more than half. So the way you walk toward a woman before a hug is literally communicating more than anything you could say to her verbally. Your approach is a sentence. Make it say, "I am someone worth holding on to," not "I am not sure I am allowed to be here." Here's a detail that most men overlook entirely: the slight pause. Right before you make contact, there should be a fraction of a second, just a beat, where you are close enough that she can feel your presence, but your arms have not closed yet. That micro moment creates anticipation. And anticipation, according to behavioral psychologists, activates the same dopamine pathways in the brain as the reward itself. You are giving her brain a tiny hit of excitement before the hug even begins. So rule number 1 is this: the hug starts with your approach, not your arms. Walk toward her with calm intention. Hold gentle eye contact. Open your arms with certainty, and give her that one beat pause before you close the distance. She will feel the difference immediately, even if she cannot explain why. Now, rule number 2 is where most men make themselves instantly forgettable. The amount of pressure you use in a hug tells a woman exactly how you feel about her. Too light, and she feels like she is hugging a ghost. That hug communicates one thing very clearly. I do not feel confident enough to hold you properly. Too tight, and she feels trapped. When a man grips too hard, a woman's sympathetic nervous system can actually activate a mild stress response. The sweet spot is a firm but yielding pressure. Firm enough that she feels your presence and registers strength, but yielding enough that she never feels like she cannot pull away if she wanted to. That balance triggers the feeling of safety, and safety for women is the gateway drug to attraction. Now, placement. Hands high on her upper back communicate warmth and respect. Hands at her mid-back communicate comfort and familiarity. One hand on her upper back and one at the back of her head. That is the hug that makes women lose their minds. And here is a small detail: flat palms. When a man places his full open palms on her back, it communicates openness and genuine connection. Fingers or cupped hands communicate nervousness. So, rule number 2, apply firm, yielding pressure and use full open palms. And now, rule number 3. This single element separates a forgettable hug from the kind that makes a woman replay the moment in her head. Breathe into the hug and pause before you pull away. When a man takes a slow, deep breath while holding her, her body begins to mirror his breathing pattern. This is called respiratory synchronization. Your calm breath tells her nervous system, you are safe, you can relax. Most men hug like they're in a speed eating contest. The entire thing lasts maybe 1.5 seconds. That is not a hug. That is a collision with a polite exit. The pause before pulling away is where the real magic lives. Hold for 1 extra second, just one. That single additional second says, I was not in a rush. I was present with you. That moment meant something. Plus, she inhales your scent more deeply, which encodes your presence into her emotional memory. Rule number 4, the exit. Almost no man thinks about how to come out of a hug. Most pull away abruptly like someone just yelled, fire! Instead, pull away slowly. As you pull back, let your hands trail across her back slightly rather than just lifting off. That trailing sensation sends signals of lingering desire. And here is the critical part. As you pull back, hold eye contact for 2 to 3 seconds and give a small, genuine smile. That sustained mutual gaze activates the release of phenylethylamine, a neurotransmitter associated with the feeling of falling in love. The way you exit a hug sets the frame for her anticipation of the next one. If your exit is warm and slow, her brain learns to associate your embraces with pleasure. If it's abrupt, her brain learns to expect an uncomfortable moment of awkwardness. So let me bring all of this together for you. Rule 1, approach with calm intention. Rule 2, firm, yielding pressure with flat palms. Rule 3, breathe slowly and pause an extra second. Rule 4, exit slowly, trail your hands, and hold eye contact. These 4 rules require presence and intention. They require the understanding that women experience attraction through how you make them feel. Every hug is an opportunity to communicate. I am someone who makes you feel safe, wanted, and alive. Next time you hug a woman, apply just one of these rules and watch her response. Notice if she lingers a half second longer or looks at you differently afterward. Once you see it work, you will never go back to the old way again.